There's YouTube. A lot of people still don't do Facebook, and then also
they do YouTube though.
They do YouTube.
Really?
Yeah, they'll go YouTube, and then this allows other people. What they actually do is set it up for me to okay. Hey, YouTube viewers, y'all know how I do on my show. I got to go Facebook Live, but we try to create a platform for everybody there. Okay, and now we're live. So get power. You got to get power. Power to the people. You got to get the people power. Work 9/7. Now what I just did, I shared it live on your page. Now what you can do is, see what we get? You can share it to other pages you got to if you want. Like if don't you got to read the opportunity farm, you can share it there. I'm let it ride for a minute while you do that.
Where'd you get that shirt from?
Bilal.
Is that right?
Yeah. From Bilal. I'm trying to see if I had another one sitting around here somewhere. Bilal is there.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll reach out to him.
Yeah, Bilal got it. Yeah. We got some other ones too. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, show my muscle.
Yeah. Cake.
Yeah. We're gonna allow some people to come on in. Yeah.
They had those like those mural posters up in the park in different places. Did they take those down yet?
No, they still up.
They're still up there? Okay.
Yeah. One of them got torn down up in Park Ridge,
right.
But we're gonna talk about that too, because they saying the kids. I don't think the kids doing that, man. I think we just got some folks coming through the neighborhood vandalism and everything. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I think.
Get some power to the people.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to this late edition of Ear to the Ground 197 with this guy, Bryan R. Foley, right? And we want to welcome everybody and thank y'all for tuning in. What have you? Marsha Alvarell is out there already. What's going on, good brother? And he asking everybody to hit Y1 in the comment box, like, and then share. You know why I asked him to do that, Brother Mayo?
Why is that?
Because it stimulates the algorithm. You get what I mean? The program that I do. And also, I believe the Y1, I believe in Ypsilanti first. Yeah. That's what I believe in. Yes, I believe that people who need the most help should get help the most. That's right. My philosophy and stuff like that. And just in case you didn't know, man, I got my good brother, Melvin Parson of We the People Opportunity Farm in here, right? Someone like y'all, hey, Gail says welcome. Gail Summerhill says welcome, Melvin. You know, yeah, she's from Ipsy Can I Share. You see the thing on the back behind you, man. See, I got it on the sign and everything. Ipsy Can I Share, voter empowerment card and stuff like that. Yeah. So she do that. But this brother is not unfamiliar to me, popular belief. You get what I'm saying? This broadcast was supposed to happen again last year.
Right.
And what was happening was we set up in the farm.
Yeah.
And it was too hot, man. It shut down all my equipment and stuff like that. So this has been a long time coming, man. You get what I'm saying? But it's an honor, it's a blessing to have you in the studio this afternoon, good brother. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Yeah.
All right. Let me clear the streets out the way. Wait a minute. Let me do my line. Man, did you bring me a sandwich, man?
I would have, but
okay, all right, okay, right.
I stopped. What I did before I got here, and I was rushing.
Right.
I stopped at one of my favorite places in Ypsilanti. Now, it's actually, we the people opportunity farm. We don't have a building for our office, so we've now adapted it as our mobile office, and it's called Bridge Community Cafe. And so they've got some great teas. Somebody turned me on the matcha tea, and I got a pastry. And I
like matcha tea, bro. I like matcha tea.
Okay,
all right.
I'd have brought you a double.
Okay, a double. Yeah. All right. That's my brother Mel. I'm letting you eat his sandwich while I go over here. Hey, bro Mel. I know you out there. Election day around here is Tuesday, August the 2nd, and we encourage y'all to get out and vote. But like I told Mel, I said I got to clear the state, clear the street for a minute. One of the local candidates, I was hanging out here this morning. They dropped me off at the studio before I got here, and he was sharing with me that a candidate told him that we wasn't speaking. I said, no, I talk to anybody. I talk to everybody. I ain't that type of Negro. You get what I mean? He don't speak to people. You get what I'm saying? But dig this here. People think that they should vote for them just because of their time served in office, and because they're Black and a Democrat, that automatically gets my vote. It don't work like that, right? I don't care what political party or your philosophy or ideology, be left or right, what have you, I will entertain the thought. And when I'm saying that is because every candidate that I support and I endorse, every one of them have came to me first and asked me to support or endorse them. They told me what their values and their views were and what their principles were. And then I, in return, told them what I expect from them to do for our community, what's best for the people of the city of Ypsilanti, in particular, the South Side of Ypsilanti. If you can do those things and make those things happen, or bring those on your platform when it's presented to whatever level of government you are on, then I will endorse or I will support you. Folks running around here who complaining that I don't support or endorse to them or don't speak to them. But dig this here, Mel. They ain't never even sat me down and say, hey, bro, will you support and you endorse me? They ain't had one conversation about voting. Would you vote for me, or would you endorse me or support me? Ain't one of them. But they're the main ones running around here crying, saying that Bryan Foley support these other folks and they don't support me. Have you ever sat down with me and said, hey, would you vote for me? Would you support me? Have you ever said to me what your platform, your principles are? No. See, the thing is, just because you Black and been around here for a long time and a Democrat does not guarantee you my vote whatsoever. It never has. So a lot of times we just assume that I'm gonna support and endorse you just because of who you are. No, you gotta talk to me. I had to get that out the way, bro, Mel. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And and I said, I'm trying to stay away from politics because everybody tugging at me right now. And like what you are. Yeah. You're a nonprofit organization, as I am. And we're the faces of those organizations. So we try to stay from out of that to a degree. Yeah. Because up underneath a 501c3 status, we don't want. Matter of fact, that is a violation of that. You feel what I'm saying? So I made a conscious decision that I'm gonna step away. But I had to say that because it really disturbed me this morning when the person said, that person said, we ain't speaking. Well, when did we stop speaking? Right. I just don't agree with you. Yeah. I don't agree with you. I have disagreements with my parents. I have disagreements with my brothers and my sisters. I have different friends with people in my lives. Right. We just disagree. Right. That's childish.
Don't mean y'all not speaking.
Yeah, don't mean we not speaking. And if you are willing to break up a relationship because we have a disagreement, then that shows me who you are anyway. Brother Mayo, I had to get that out the way, man. How you doing, man?
Hey, man, I'm doing great, man.
Pull up a little bit, man. So, I bought some new microphones.
Okay.
And them some Shure microphones. You know what I'm saying? I see you this morning, but they pretty good. You can talk into them and everything. Don't be afraid to talk.
I won't.
So, Brother Mayo,
hey, I just want to say before we get started,
go ahead, man.
I just want to say, I feel on some level, like I finally arrived, you know,
Well,
being
talk to
here. I'm just saying being here on your show. You
Stop
know?
it, man.
Like,
See, now, man,
seriously,
man, you
man.
joking at me.
No, I'm not joking
Jugging
at you,
okay,
man.
right,
Like,
okay.
you know, like, I mean, I've affectionately called you like the godfather of Ypsilanti, right? You know, and I really feel that because you know, ever since I've known you, it's your passion and your drive for the south side of Ypsilanti and advocating for people over here in a myriad of ways. And so it's been an honor and a privilege to come alongside you in different projects and to be a thought partner with you and to be able to call you and say, hey, Bryan, man, I don't know what to do right now, or I'm messed up, or I'm thinking about doing this, man. What's your, you know, that kind of thing. And so and then to be here on this platform with you, sitting across from you, having a conversation is really, I feel like that's something. That's something special.
You know, self-centeredness is the core of our thinking, man. And you just blew up my ego, man. So, so I'm gonna have to cool down. you know, man. We self-centered, egotistical people. That's our problem. You know what I'm saying? But you too, Mel. You get what I'm saying? And I really respect what you're doing in the community. And that's why I got the brother here. Like I said, we was gonna talk about this thing last year, but like I said, we had the equipment set out in the sun and everything. It was 90-something degrees.
It was hot, man.
It was hot and shut it down.
It was hot.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So good brother, I'm gonna start out right here, man. We the People Opportunity Farm, right?
Yeah.
Who is Melvin Parson, man? What made you, man? You growing food for real, and it's selling. But who is Melvin Parson, man? Where'd you start from, man? Give people an insight on it, man.
Oh shucks, man. That's a great question. Who is Melvin Parson? Melvin Parson was born and raised in a small one-horse town called Detroit. By two wonderful grandparents who adopted me at an early age. And my grandmother was, to me, she, you know, as I look back on her life and her impact on me, she was one of those grandmothers that could call Jesus on the main line. And tell him what she wanted.
Now right? You get to preach it.
Okay. Yeah. She was like that, right?
Okay,
you know?
Right.
And even to this day, man, I feel like she is the reason, a big reason and a part of who I am today in my core, you know, as a result of her and a result of all that she's poured into me. And so anyway, so, you know, I was, you know, good family, you know, raised by two wonderful folks and sent me to private school. Got a really good early education, like from kindergarten through the 8th grade. But then things started changing, right? Okay, you know, my wheels started to, and my neighborhood started to have more of an impact on me than my house life or my home life or my grandparents did. And so I started making a series of bad choices and bad decisions. But
that was based upon the environment and the culture that you were in.
Correct.
Because me and you, we kind of about the same age, if I recall, right?
Right.
Yeah. So that's not for me, but go ahead, brother.
Yeah, man. And so, and as a result of that, those bad choices and bad decisions, man, I wound up spending 13 years of my life incarcerated. Not all at one time, just off and on. Like I went to prison 3 times. I was a terrible criminal, right? Like I always got caught.
you was like me. You wasn't a good crook.
Oh man,
I was a good crook, right? I was a good crook. Go ahead, bro. Yeah, okay.
And then I battled. Then I got into drugs, and I started selling drugs, and then I became the consumer of drugs, and battled substance abuse for years. And I was homeless 3 times and all of these things, right? And I wound up here in Washtenaw County on May the 8th of 2004. And I knew, Bryan, from the moment that I got here, that this would be where I would get my act together. I knew it. I mean, from the moment that bus that brought me here from the treatment center up in near Port Huron, somehow or another, when it crossed the borders and it said, you are now entering Ann Arbor, something said, this is where you're going to get your stuff together. Right? Now, I didn't realize, though, at the time, that everywhere you go, there you are, right?
Right, exactly, right.
So I brought me with me and all of that stuff, right? So for years, I floundered. you know, trying to in this pursuit of getting myself together.
Yeah, the police out here, Derek Jackson out here, man.
Oh, what's up, Derek? What's up, Derek?
We had to phone me. Go ahead, brother.
Something
You go get your baby careful. That's our man. What's up, Derek? Okay, go ahead. Okay, all right.
Yeah, and so, but as a result of a community gathering around me and folks not giving up on me and supporting me and pushing me when I didn't feel like I could go any further or anything like that. Like I was somehow able to get a degree I graduated from Washington Community College. I only went back to college so I could get some student loan money. That's the only reason I went back to college, man. To get some damn student loan money. And I owe a lot of student loan money now as a result, whatever. And then I got bamboozled into continuing the education. And then I wound up with a bachelor's degree in social work from Eastern Michigan University in 2016. And me and a good friend of mine, Mr. Aaron Suganuma, we co-founded an organization called A Brighter Way, which is still running.
You know, now, man, I didn't know that part. Yeah. I didn't know that you was a co-founder of A Brighter Way. I just referred one of my clients to Brighter Way.
Yeah.
Just got home. What's the day? Saturday. Just got home Wednesday, and I just referred one of my clients to Brighter Way.
That's a good.
But I didn't know that part that you had co-founded that, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, man.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Yeah, me and Aaron, and I think it's. Well, I know it's the director of it now is it moved from us to Cozine Welch, who did a tremendous job, and then now currently Adam Grant, who's also doing a wonderful job. And so both Aaron and I are happy to see that organization is still going. And then in 2014, 2015, I started We the People Growers Association. And the name has since changed to We the People Opportunity Farm.
Right.
But the birth of it was the Growers Association. And it's so weird, man, you know, because in 2014, I couldn't even spell vegetable. You know,
right.
I could spell.
You put that, what's that? The A in there, vegetable. Right. You put the vegetable.
Begettable or something.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. You know, and that was born for a series of things, man. A person who knew me better than anybody else would send me I inherited this 3x9, 3x15 foot raised vegetable bed. I used to live in Avalon Housing, and they had this wonderful edible garden program. And if you're a resident there and you want to grow some food, they would provide you some seedlings and some back end support. I lived there for 4 years and never thought about being a part of that. And then one winter, this wonderful woman named Verna passed away. In that following spring, I wound up with her raised vegetable bed that I didn't ask for. And I thought, what the hell am I supposed to do with this? And I just kind of went with it. And they gave me some seedlings and some stuff started growing. And it made me interested in where my food came from. And I would go down to the farmer's market in Carytown in Ann Arbor to try to figure out what a radish was or kale. And I'm down there for an hour and I see nobody that looked like me. And then I looked around at the farmers selling me my food and they didn't look like me either. And I'm a firm believer that either you got a seat at the table or it's your ass that's on the menu.
Come on.
And it felt like in that moment, the universe opened up the heavens and yelled down to me and said, hey, Melvin, this is where I want you to sit at. And ever since then, it feels like the universe has not only conspired to make sure that I've got a seat at the table, but more importantly, that I've got a voice at the table. And if I don't mess this thing up, I've got an opportunity to set the table in some ways.
Well, you got a team behind you, man. You got a whole community in support. So you know what I mean? We are each other's eyes and ears.
Yes. You
know what I mean? We ain't got no problem with each other giving each other pull up. You get what I mean? And that's the beautiful thing about persons such as you and I, the network that we have.
Yes.
Man, if they y'all don't know the support network that me and this brother got. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, man, I heard you talking a couple months back. And that's how I came up with the title, tilling the soil. That's how I came up with the tilling side.
Yeah.
Tilling the soil, excuse me. But when I was talking to you about tilling the soil, I said tilling the soil, and you said no, changing the soil. And what I found out, because I do my homework, that those two words are not synonymous, tilling and changing the soil. So I checked that out.
Okay.
But I didn't change the title from tilling the soil to changing the soil. I purposely kept it there. Right. And let me tell you how come I didn't initially change the title of the program from tilling the soil to changing the soil. Because changing the soil, and we're going to speak metaphorically on this, okay, right? We're going to talk about food and stuff like that. We're going to speak metaphorically on this, right? But changing the soil to me at that time meant that the dirt itself, you're going to dig it up, get rid of that dirt, and put some fresh dirt in there. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Changing the soil. So metaphorically speaking, because I heard you address this, right? About the brain. And man, that was some heavy shit you had shared that time, right? About how the brain, how you transform between looking at the brain of our youth, if you will, and how you began to talk about contrasting between working in the minds and the brain and with the dirt. So this is what I looked at changing the soil was, right? And so I said, no, man, south side of Ypsilanti, we don't need to change the soil. We need to till the soil. And tilling simply means is that you are actually taking, now you the farmer, I'm not the one, right?
Okay.
You're taking and you're tilling it up, you're churning it up, and then you're putting, adding things into it, right? And you're adding stuff into it, and you're tilling it to make the whatever you're growing grow better. But then when I looked at changing the soil, key word in there, what I seen first was we were making amends to the soil. So those two different things are different. You're actually making amends to the soil. And you're not changing it. You're not throwing out the old dirt. You're not getting rid of the brothers and sisters on the south side and replacing it with some new soil. You're actually changing the soil by making amends to the soil. Now that story that I heard you share, man. And I'm gonna steal it. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna steal it, because when I go out and do my public speaking, which I do, I'm gonna tell your story, but I'm gonna give you credit.
Okay. How many times you gonna give me credit? At what point will you stop?
And pretty soon, at some point the story becomes mine. You know what I mean? I'll stop giving credit to that brother deep. You know what I mean? But tell us about that change in the soil, how you talked about the transformation. You get what I mean? And you contrasted those two, right? Okay.
Yeah, man. I like how you talked about the tilling and the changing. So the thing I learned about, so I got this degree in social work.
Okay.
But my interest is more in a macro level as opposed to a micro level in social work. So when I think about micro level, or I think about taking a person out of the bad soil into some good soil, nursing them back to health. And once they're healthy again, putting them right back into the soil, the same soil that they came out of, right?
Okay, right.
And that doesn't stack up to me, right? So how about leave that person, as you just alluded to, in that soil, and just provide those amendments, those nutrients, right? Some love and some kindness and some dignity and some resources and some support. And those amendments will change their soil enough that they can then flourish. They don't have to be transplanted out and then put back in to the same soil that made them sick to begin with. And so our motto as an organization is to come alongside our formerly incarcerated men and women in our paid internship program, come alongside the folks that we distribute our food back to at no cost to them, come alongside anyone that we come in contact with, right? And if there's an opportunity to do so, we want to, in any way we can, help change some of that soil in their lives, whatever that might be, because it varies, right?
Right.
This person's soil might need some more calcium. This person's soil might need a little bit more phosphorus.
One size don't fit all.
One size does not fit all. Yeah. So that's where we came up with the changing the soil theory. And to your point, to the tilling aspect. So what we do at our farm, we don't till the soil. We do a no-till where we don't till it. Okay. And I'll tell you why, Brian. Because what we found out, when you till there's a lot that goes on underneath there, right? There's a lot of good stuff, right? There's an ecosystem.
Okay. Now dig this here. My grandfather had a rototiller.
Sure.
And then he had a plow that he used to push behind.
Yes.
So what, for those of y'all city folks out there, you get what I mean? What Melvin is talking about is taking something, actually digging deep and down into the ground and churning it up, right? Yeah. Stirring it and stuff like that. Okay, go ahead, bro.
Yeah. And so what the tilling we've learned does is, even in bad soil, there's still good things that's happening under there. There's ecosystems that's built. There's relationships that's built underneath that soil between the microbes and the nutrients and the insects that live up underneath there. And when you till it, you disrupt everything. It's like a tornado comes through there. Okay. So not only does it, dismantle the bad, it also dismantles the good within there, right? And so our approach at the farm and our is to not damage what's going on up underneath there, but add into it to enhance what's going on up underneath there. And the more you enhance the good, the more the bad kind of dissipates, on its own organically.
Right. Mel, you're sitting here thinking, I'm listening to you talk, right? And like you say, in the soil, we see bugs, insects, and stuff like that, and even what we call weeds. Now, I believe the Creator personally didn't create not one thing on planet Earth that has a purpose in maintaining the ecosystem. We even that fly, right? He has a purpose, right? Irritating, even the mosquito. Sure. He has a purpose. Right. So we're talking about in the soil, we see these bugs that are in the soil. We as people tend to want to kill. Have you ever seen somebody see a bug? They be outside and they see a bug on the sidewalk and they got to make it their business, go all the way over and stamp on it. Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Not understanding, you know what I mean? Yeah. That bug has a purpose. Yeah. But what you're describing me is making the things that are necessary in their proper place in order to have a place and then create that healthy environment. And what I become to understand, like a dandelion, we call it, let me act like I'm with you, a dandelion, a dandelion, a dandelion, right? A dandelion. Yeah. It's beautiful, except for what is in my lawn. Right. You get what I mean? My line all pristine, it's green. Sure. Then it becomes a weed. Yeah. And what I found out is that a weed is simply an unwanted flower. Okay. Am I correct about that?
I've heard that. Yeah.
A weed is just an unwanted flower. Okay. So what you just described it to me. So in your soil, when you have those unwanted flowers, those weeds, and you do the system that you do, how do you get those weeds from out of your garden so that they're not sucking the life out of your soil? Right. And what you're putting in there for nutrients, for vegetables, fruits, or whatever you go, that'll serve a greater purpose. How do you keep those unwanted flowers?
We pull them.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, we just pull them, right? You know, like we pull them, we prune them. We de-weed them, right? And that's just like people's lives. That's right. Talk to me. It's like lives, right? Okay, right. Like there's so much correlation in farming and gardening and what goes on there into a person's life, right? Whether it's weeding or pruning out or off the things that are preventing you from flourishing, or the things that are holding you back, or the things that are draining, right, the nutrients where they could be going to you in that healthy way, and they're going to some limb or appendage of yourself that is not fulfilling or moving in a way that will help you thrive and be prosperous in life, right? And you know, and so there's water, there's sunshine, there's all these things that the plants need and humans need as well, right? To flourish.
Yeah, because I'm sitting up here, you just hit me right there, man. Because I eat about the miniature Snickers. I eat about 8 a night.
God, don't tell me, man.
Them Snickers. Man.
Oh, man.
I'll be on them Snickers, man.
I'll be on the Reese's cup.
Oh, the Reese's cup. Okay, no, man. Okay, I thought you was one of them cats, man. That only ate the vegetables out your garden, man. Yeah,
God, dog, I wish.
But we both consciously know, as you just said, and what that brought it up when you said start going to appendages.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? And that sugar at you and I age, right? It tastes so good, man.
Yeah.
But it's not necessary. As a matter of fact, we shouldn't be consuming sugar, period. Let's say that refined sugar, period. I'm talking about refined sugar. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's why so many people, you know, and my mom been on me lately because my foot hurt, and I'll be eating them Snickers, right? And then in denial that the sugar has something to do with the pain that's in my ankle. I know what it is, man. But Melvin, me and you got that same pattern. You get what I mean? We suffer the same malady, man. We know it ain't no good for us, but I got to have me a Snickers, man. But you know, we
just try to minimize the damage,
man. But some things we just not going to indulge in anymore because we have seen that path that has taken us and has led both of us. Because we didn't have knowledge of self or knowledge to navigate and the tools necessary to navigate the environment that we were born in. You understand what I'm saying? Many of the things that were in our culture pre-existed before we came in there. I mean, because we came up, man, we didn't have no superheroes, man. You get what I mean? We didn't have them. And our superheroes became them brothers that was on the 1970s, 72 black quotation film, if you will. Superfly, the Mac, and all that kind of stuff, man. And we came up into that. Those were our heroes, man, unconsciously through that television screen and that movie screen, they permeated our soil. And we were simply in mimicking the environment that we were raised up in into that culture. You get what I'm saying? And so when you're just talking about that, making amends to the soil. You get what I mean? By making amends to that soil, and not by getting our brothers and sisters from out of the environment and the community that they're in, but making an amend and de-weeding those things from out of our community so our brothers can live a healthy and more successful, productive lifestyle in the actual soil which they were birthed in. Does that make any sense, man? Man, I've been paying attention to your class.
I couldn't have said it no better.
Okay, man. Well, I've been listening to you, man. I don't just be sitting out there, man.
You're the maestro.
Yes, I'll be listening to you. You know what I'm saying? You know, Mel, it's a picture that I posted. You and I, we was up at see, there you go eating that sandwich, man. Okay, I'm gonna put it on me, man. Let's go ahead, man.
Go ahead.
Sandwich.
I got you next time.
That's you good, man. You know, like what I tell you before when you came here. What did I say? This is my show.
We su casa.
Exactly, man. Make yourself at home. You know, like I said, they just happen to be listening to me and you talk, right? You get what I'm saying? But I posted a picture, Mel, and I took that picture of me and you. It may have been 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. The one with the straw hat. The one I put on the Facebook where you had on the with the straw hat and looked like you was a sharecropper, man. What was it? You know, it's on the for those y'all see. Go look at the flyer. Go look at the flyer for the show, right? I got the Ypsilanti shirt on, right? You know what I mean? But what was that? Go ahead, man. The outfit, right? Okay.
That was man, I had this wonderful, like once in a lifetime opportunity to be part of the Henry Ford. There was a woman who approached me randomly. I went to an event at Zingerman's Roadhouse. My dear friend Ari Weinswig invited me, and I went there, and he said, Mel, stand up and talk about We the People Opportunity Farm. You should do that. I was like, man, I don't want to do that. You know, because I'm shy, man. I'm socially awkward. I'm nervous, all these things, man. You know, anyway, so I did. I talked, and then this wonderful lady approached me afterwards, and they're always after me, Lucky Charms accent, right?
Right. It's magically delicious.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, okay.
And she told me about this opportunity to become the first entrepreneur in residence at the Henry Ford. They were put together this thing, and it was being funded by the William Davidson Foundation, and that would be a great opportunity. And so I agreed to do that. And so the pillar of it was farming, agriculture. So I got a chance to, while in that internship entrepreneur program, to dress up in clothing that farmers wore in 1865. Right. You know, in that time there. It was a great experience. But when I saw you post that picture, it made me think, how on it was May 16, 2019.
Okay. 3 years ago.
3 years ago.
Right.
A little bit over 3 years.
A little bit over 3 years.
A little bit over 3 years ago. And some of that clothes, some of those pieces of clothing was in my pickup truck.
Okay.
The day that I don't know where they may have burned up or something like that, because on that day, you know, things were, you know, nothing was going on, you know, and I had this window of opportunity and time, and something inside of me, and I'm in recovery. And at the time I've been, let
me put that out, as am I.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, in recovery. And after a few years of recovery, man, something said, man, now's a good time to go down to Detroit and get high.
Get you one.
Just get me one, right?
Just one.
Just one, right?
Okay,
That's just one.
Just
right?
one.
That's all.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I did that, you know, after years of recovery, man. And on the way back, I passed out at the wheel and rolled my pickup truck over 4 times on I-94 and broke my neck in 3 places. And nobody else got hurt but me. It was a huge wake-up call for me. And as a result, you know, I take much better care of myself now than I did prior to. And prior to that, I didn't really know how to take care of myself. And all of a sudden I become a big deal, right? You know, like I'm like radio interviews, I'm on the cover of a magazine, this and that, and it just felt like a lot of pressure that I didn't know how to handle. And in that moment on May 16th, the best thing I could come up with to handle that pressure was to go get one.
Go get one.
Right. But as a result, you know, like now, I got coaches. I'm a pretty decent dad, I think, right? I'm a really good grandfather. I'm a good friend. I'm a good community person. I take care of myself a lot better. I haven't seen this person in a while, but I even got a therapist, right? And that was a huge for me to get a therapist, because in our community, Bryan, you and I both
we know this, right?
You know, there's a stigma about.
Yeah, he crazy.
Yeah,
you know, you a therapist, you weak,
right?
Yeah, you weak.
All that, right?
Yeah, right. I know.
Yeah.
Trust me.
But that ain't the case, right? Like therapy with the right therapist, you know, there's a lot of progress, you know, and a lot of things that can get resolved that are just unresolved in your head and in your life. And so I got a therapist, and that was a big deal for me once I got that therapist. And I tell you, man, the first therapy meeting I had with this person, and they listened to me. And then at the end of the session, they shared back to me what they heard me say. And I felt like, man, this person really hears me. And I cried. Like the first therapy meeting, I cried like,
That's, bro,
you know what I'm saying?
I've been there. Right? You know what I'm saying? I'm real like you is. I've been through that.
Right.
And don't get me wrong. I got therapists right now today.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? Real talk.
Yeah, and I think whatever. I think we in the Black community, man, we have been ravaged, traumatized, decades, centuries, right?
And not to think that those years of trauma that was put on great grandma and granddaddy, right, haven't been some kind of way inflicted upon you because you have no knowledge of how you arrived in the soil that you're in. You get what I mean? All that stuff is. We had that conversation maybe later on. Go ahead, bro.
No doubt. Right. So I mean, I just I am a advocate. I am pro therapy for sure. I think it like it helps me tremendously. But again, some of those clothes was in that truck, man. That a buddy of mine said he drove past the accident. He didn't even know about me being.
He didn't know it was you.
He didn't know it was me. He drove past the accident and he saw a pair of boots. He saw my boots on the side of the road. I guess the fireman or whatever, and he said, "Man, them boots look familiar, right?" And then he come to find out it was me. But yeah, I mean, I've got so it was that's what it made me think of, man, when you posted that picture, man.
Yeah, you heard good brother Mel talking about therapy, don't be stigmatized by not seeking help, right? You have to understand that at some point in your life, in our lives, that our great grandparents' lives, history was interrupted, and we've been instilled with false values, and we don't even have knowledge of self anymore whatsoever. And it takes, like Melvin was saying, straight up and down. Not only do I got therapists, I got like-minded brothers where we sit and talk and dialogue like this to amend the soil.
Right.
You get what I mean?
Yeah. Totally.
And there's so many brothers and sisters, man, that I walk around right now, and I see right now, because we recognize each other. I know me when I see me. I see him down at the bus station. You get what I mean? I know exactly what was going on. Totally. And I don't let nobody talk about the brothers and sisters down in the bus station, calling them dope fiends, crackheads, and alcoholics. No, brother, I know exactly who that is. You get what I'm saying?
No doubt.
That's the untreated disease of addiction. And I recognize it very well, right?
Or it's the untreated disease of mental illness.
Of mental illness. And then exactly mental illness, because something got to be wrong with you, man, anyway, if you're going to put something into a glass pipe this far from your face and then set it on fire. Something got to be wrong with you if you're going to roll up some leafy substance in a paper and inhaling it. Something's wrong with you. There's a mental illness that's going down there. You get what I mean? Something got to be wrong with you if you're going to take a syringe and do this like this in here. There's a mental illness on top of that. And we understand that, right? The only problem with that is not recognized is that something is wrong with you. And then also people encouraging you to continue on. Ain't nothing wrong with you. But we're going to have that conversation. You get what I'm saying?
Sure.
And but therapy, I'm glad that you talk about that. You get what I'm saying? Because I talk about it too. And so many people run away from that. You get what I'm saying? We need to remove that stigma that you're weak or you're less than because you're asking for help.
Right.
You get what I mean?
Right.
Because real men don't ask for help.
Right.
You get what I mean?
Real men,
real men, strong people ask for some help. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Mel, you touched on something that's really
you want a piece of this, man?
No, I don't want no sandwich now, man. You know
okay. All right.
No, I don't want none now. You know what I mean? Yeah, you go eat your little funky sandwich.
Thanks, baby.
Okay. but
wait.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Go,
look, man. Sorry.
Okay.
I've been wanting to give you this shirt since last year.
Okay.
And so this is from me to you.
Okay.
This is from my organization to you. And it's We the People Opportunity Farm t-shirt, man. Since you don't want no sandwich.
Since I want no sandwich. You was real smooth with it too.
Thanks,
you did
man.
that, man.
Thanks,
You was
man.
smooth with that, man. Mel, thank you for this. I've been wanting one of these because it's a cool shirt, man.
I like that logo.
That's
man.
a cool logo. Let me see if I can do this right quick. See if I can.
My friend at the Henry Ford.
Let me shake it out. Yeah.
His name is Brent Embry. Brent Embry. Him and I co-created that logo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Thanks, Mel. And it will get worn and worn a lot. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then this here, bro, Mel, you said something right here, and you said a better father, right?
Yeah.
And then these folks just happen to be in on me in your personal conversation, right?
Yeah.
Now, I have 5 children. Okay. And I don't have a Vita Hesterly said she want one. That's one of my sisters out there. I'm still mad at them. I'm still mad at y'all, Vita. I'm calling names out. Let's see. I was talking to yeah. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, I was talking to Karen Harding on the phone the other day, right? And Karen Harding, she driving the car. We talking about some other conversation. Then in the background, I hear Vita in the background.
Vita, your sister.
Yeah, these are my spiritual. These are my. We don't have the same mother and father whatsoever, but there's just as much as my sister as my biological sister, Kathleen Foley is. You get what I mean?
Got it.
Okay, you get what I'm saying? But anyway, I'm talking to Karen Harding on the phone. Yeah. Then I hear Vita giggling in the background, right? And I said, is that Vita? She said, yeah. I said, where y'all going? They went to this concert the other night, right? And Farida Farmville, that's my other sister. I'm sorry, sister, Farmville out here. That's my sister, right? I mean, that girl, we got some. They're my sisters, right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But anyway, I hear. I'm gonna get back to where I'm getting at. I hear Vita giggle in the background, right? Okay, she talking about I was driving, sir. Okay, right, whatever. Okay, that's why I didn't speak with y'all last night and everything. Anyway, so I hear her giggling in the background. So I asked Karen. I say, that Vita? She said, I said, where y'all going? They went to the jazz concert. Her, Tracy, and Vita, right? They in the car, right? But they ain't called bro up and asked brother, you want to ride with them? I got to find all this information secondhand. And they down there having a good time and they leave me behind all the time. You know what I mean? I'm feeling some kind of way. Yeah. I told them that last night, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And Farmville, was you in the car with them? Don't let me find out you was with them too. Anyway. Oh yeah. Anyway. So, man, you hit on the subject, man. And you said being a father, you're a better father.
I think so.
Okay.
I think my son might be listening too, man.
Okay, so I hope he is too. Cause okay, fine, Bill. I'm gonna let you off the hook, sis. So anyway, I have 5 children, man. And I don't have a relationship, a father-son relationship with not a one of them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And
I'm not giving no excuses.
Right.
We talked them out in some therapy and some sessions and stuff like that and what have you.
Yeah.
Not in school, but I'm not the same person that fathered them children that I am today.
Sure.
I'm not the same person.
Right.
But sometimes we don't realize until later on the harm and the damage we have done and too long after we put the drugs down.
Sure.
And the alcohol.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we don't realize the harm that we have done to our community and to our families.
Yeah.
But most importantly, the harm that we did to ourselves. Okay.
Yeah. No doubt.
Now, hey, Miss Peggy. So I'm a much better uncle and great uncle.
Yeah.
To my nieces
right.
and my great nieces than I am a father
right.
to my biological children.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Totally. So those areas right there,
right.
I'm still making an amends.
Right.
Not I'm sorry.
Right.
You get what I mean?
Sure, totally.
Not giving what I should have done as them being children growing up, but making amends to make whole.
Right.
And that don't happen overnight.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm a better uncle.
Yeah.
I'm a more dependable uncle than I am a dependable father.
Right.
At 62 years of age.
Yeah.
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 And it don't feel good. You understand what I'm saying? But going down to get one more is not an option.
No.
Living on life terms is not easy.
Right.
But it's necessary to get through the next day.
Yeah.
So being a father, Mel, like I said, what's it like being a father, man? Tell me, man. Talk to me, man. Because we come from the same spot, man.
Right. It's scary, man.
Okay.
You know, like I'm fortunate. It's scary. It's frustrating. yeah, it's all this stuff, right? You know, like I'm fortunate that, you know, my son allows me to be his dad.
Okay.
You know, that's the thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, my son's 31 years old now, and I was out of his life for like, 20 years or so.
Yeah.
Maybe even more, you know, and so, but he allows me to be his dad, you know, or at least take a shot at it, right?
Right. Yeah.
Go ahead, Dad, take a shot at it,
okay,
right? You know, whatever, right? And you know, and so I don't, you know, so it's, you know, it's no playbook, it's no handbook,
ain't no book, man,
ain't none of that, right? You know, and you know, I just, you know, I just, you know, every day is different. You know, sometimes we go through periods, we talk every day, and then like sometimes we go through a period, we may not talk for a week, and all of this stuff. And you know, and I, you know, and I've said to him, hey man, I would like, and he's got a wonderful, beautiful son. Like my son is one of the best fathers I've ever seen in my entire life, right? But let me tell you what one of his driving reasons for that is, because he doesn't want his son to be without his dad like he was, right?
Man, my two sons who do have children, you understand what I'm saying? That's their motivation,
right?
Seriously,
and that hurt, and that's the thing that hurts. But that's also the thing that, like, you and I have got to be all right with it. Be like, hey, whatever it takes, right? To break that, right? What we created, right? Which we created, whatever it takes to break it. If that's my son's motivation, if that's your son's motivation, so be it. So how do I support that, right? You know, in that process.
Yeah, and you know, Mel, sometimes they don't want to be bothered with us, man.
Yeah, I know that. That's another thing. Like sometimes my sons just don't want to be.
They won't be bothered with you, man.
Yeah. That's true. I mean,
because we cause so much harm, man.
Yeah. And this stuff that they like, this stuff that still, my son is always telling me, man, it's cool, pops. You know, it's cool, man. We're good. You know, and we probably are. I believe him when he says that, right? But there's still stuff that's got to be there, right? You know, that he's got to resolve and work through and push through, right? Like I remember one time, so I got my grandson calls me Poppy, right? You know, which is so cool. But this is when he was really young, and I'm holding him in my arms, and he doesn't even speak yet. He can't even talk. And I'm telling him how beautiful he is, and how strong he is, and how smart he is, right? And I had to tell my son, as he watched me hold his son, telling him these things, I said, I wish I would have had my life together at the time in this stage when you were young, because I would have done this with you. I'm just doing with your son what I would have liked to have done with you, right? You know, that sort of thing.
But Mel, was we prepared to be fathers at that time? I mean, not talking about being a biological, right? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Was we mentally, you know, and were we prepared? We had a tool?
No.
And not giving no excuse.
Right. Not giving an excuse, but no.
Sometimes, Mel, I had to look back and think about it.
Right.
When I look at my 5 children, man, I got some bad kids. But I mean by bad, man, I got graduated from college, master's degree, own business and stuff like that, man. And one of them, man, that cat is he bad. He badder with some hand tools than I am.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Bad, you're a bad man with some hand tools.
Yeah, and I'm bad. You know what I mean? I'm bad with our tools. You know what I mean? I got 3 that graduated from college, man.
Right.
Yeah, one from North Carolina, you know, one from North Carolina Central, one from University of Michigan, one from Michigan State, man.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? Right. And they all extremely successful.
Yeah.
Without my hands on nothing.
Right. You can't take none of
that. I can't take none of that credit. So I
birthed you.
I birthed you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but we was talking about generational trauma.
Yeah.
And sometimes, man, I have to thank God as who I choose to call God and how I address those powers called God.
Yeah.
From removing me from that situation to allow them to be the beautiful people that they are.
Yeah.
But they still walk around dig this here with that pain
Yeah.
of not having a father in their life, man.
Right.
And I recognize it.
Right.
I understand it.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And so and it hurts, man.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sit up and try to tell that it hurts, man.
Sure.
To see to hear from other people, to be at your own children's graduation because you didn't receive an invitation. Man, that don't feel good, man.
No, I don't feel good.
But I got the necessary tools, man, to get me to go day to day without stopping at Bud and Joe's, the beer cooler, or Pookie Dope House.
Sure.
You get what I mean?
No,
or even go roll me up one. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we got those tools to get through for just one day at a time.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but it's like dialogues by having the experiences.
Yeah.
When you share your experience with mine, I share mine with you, and then we find out, man, that we ain't that doggone different, man.
Right. And we ain't that bad.
And we ain't that bad. We did some bad shit,
right?
But we ain't bad people. We just didn't have the tools.
Yes.
Like I said, we grew up with some unrealistic values. You know, and that's the problem I have right now with what's transpiring, what's taking place on the TV screen, on the movie screen, on the internet, right? And through the promotion of a deaf culture, a promotion of a drug and substance abuse culture, a promotion of abuse culture, a promotion of disrespect female culture. You get what I mean? And I call it deaf culture, and it's being promoted highly through our music, one of our most precious and sacred resources through the music, rap music. You get what I'm saying? Sure. Deaf culture. Yeah. We wonder, then people wonder why we see the things that we see in the community that we live in, because they're bombarded with these images and this music and what's put on the TV screen. You know what I mean? And promoted it, man. You know, and those are the things that we have to navigate on a daily basis, man. You know, we can make deaf look so doggone good in our community, man. You know,
we can dress it up where it doesn't look like deaf. But it actually leads to it.
It leads into it.
And it doesn't look like it.
It don't look like it until we down there at Lucille's, well, not Lucille's, but CNH Funeral Home and down at Star. You get what I'm saying, man? And, you know, you know, become callous to death when you see a young man or woman who succumbed to a false ideology and false principles. You get what I mean? And then we down there at Starks and stuff like that, man, looking at something that so many deaths in this community, man, are needless. You get what I mean? And completely preventable. But that's why I like to believe. It's my belief. That, you know, we're 7 to 15 out of 100 that have been chosen. 7 out of 15, depending on whose statistics you follow, what you get, right? But 85 of those same brothers that's just like me and you, man, don't make it. But with this opportunity that the Creator has given both of us, man, we got to give back.
To whom much is given, much is required, right?
Man. Yeah.
No, totally. I get that.
So we've been sitting here for exactly an hour. I'm not going to keep up too much of your time or keep our viewers, man. But
an hour.
Let me see. When you're here, I told you, man. We talking, man. We're gonna have again. But anything else, man? You want to hit on, man, before we get on out of here, man? I want to make sure we cover everything, man.
Hey, I just want to let me see one thing right quick.
Go ahead, bro. We got one more topic we got to hit.
Okay.
But go ahead, hit on that, man.
September 24.
Okay.
And there'll be more information about this. September 24 from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. will be our 5th annual Harvest Festival of Thanks event. And it will be our best one ever. And it'll be out at our farm, which we are so thankful to Grace Fellowship Church House of Solution.
Pastor Willie Powell.
And Lady P. We lease our land, as some of you may know from those wonderful folks there. And come on out. Again, there'll be more information about it. Live music, entertainment, preacher, teacher, magician, bouncy houses, you name it. Lots of really good food, free. And more to come about it.
Well, so, you know the address over there at Grace?
It's 1301 South Harris Road.
Just over the bridge.
Over the bridge. It's over the bridge right next
yeah.
to the Grove, Village Grove Apartments, right next to.
Yeah, you know, on almost on the corner of Foley Street and Harris Road.
That's exactly, yeah. That's
you know Foley Street. They named Foley Street after me, man.
See, there you go.
There I go. There you go. Man, I ain't all the way down.
They got a street over there by Bombers. They got a street over there. My last name was Parson.
I knew they named it after you too, man.
They did.
Okay.
Now they really did do that. I don't know about Foley. But no, they got streets, two streets intersect. Farmer and Parson actually intersect over there.
Okay.
I don't know if that's a sign or whatever, but I just know they intersect.
Sign and symbol for the conscious mind, man. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, okay. Tracy, was you in the car with Rita? Yeah, you was in the car. She was in the car with him, everything. That's my sister, Tracy Davis.
Hey, Tracy.
Tracy, I'm up on YouTube. I don't know if you got it on the tube or whatever, but welcome. Tracy Davis is one of the major sponsors of Ear to the Ground 197. Tracy Sweet Touch Production. We've been kind of taking a little break over the summer from the promotions and the gifts and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? What have you? But Tracy, as well as Blackstone Bookstore and Cultural Center, right? My man Carlos and Kip, you know what I mean? They keep the show going, awesome. As well as Ipsy Can I Share? That's Gail Summerhill and the League of Women Voters. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Speaking of voting, Mel, on my list right here, Tuesday.
Yeah.
Tuesday. You know, my mom at a young age, I'm talking about young age, as early as I can think about the voting, back when they have curtains,
right?
You know, and they had the lever.
Yeah.
And my mom used to say, Janice Townsend, excuse me, Janice, is waving at you.
Hey, Janice.
She's been waving at you for a minute. Yeah. I used to ask my mom as a little kid, because I came up doing the McGovern, Nixon era and Wallace and all that old kind of stuff. And they was doing polls for stuff when we was in elementary and junior high school. Sure. And I would ask my mom, who did you vote for? Right. And she would say, that's why they put curtains on the voting booth. Ain't none of your business who I voted for. And she told me as a kid.
We didn't have a lot of good choices, man.
We didn't have a lot of
We didn't have a lot of good choices.
Yeah, I know. But we ain't got a lot of good. But let me say, but the choices that we make. See, one of the people who I endorse, she didn't ask me to endorse her. I told her, and she'll tell you,
right?
I told her you're running for office. I told her you're running because she has all the qualities and skills and the knowledge and the experience to hold the office that she has. Most of these other candidates, man.
I think I know who you're talking about too.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
If I do, she's on my board of directors, man.
If she ain't on there, she need to be on there. Okay, but anyway, that's the one I told.
Right,
you're running. But so many of our candidates, man, and our elected officials right now are only in office because of popularity contests. Just straight up now. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Name recognition. Right. Some folks ain't even had the campaign. This is the first time some folks actually had the campaign.
Sure.
Because they finally got some viable candidates running against them. You get what I'm saying? But one thing I know is our elected officials, man, you are our voice. You don't come back and dictate to me and tell me what to do and what's going on. No, you come in and you ask the people, what do you want? Right. What do you have? Right. And that's why I don't endorse a lot of the people, the name recognized right now.
Right.
Because number one, you've been around here and you ain't did a damn thing for the community. It shows.
Yeah, it shows.
It shows. I'll tell you straight up and down, it shows.
Right.
You can look, man. Me and you out here on the ground, man. We in the dirt. Let's keep it 100, man. Sure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No.
I'm only concerned about the least amongst us.
Right.
Because if you can lift up the least amongst us, then those who are best will only become better. And that's why I endorse the folks that I do, man. Vita said we need new blood. We do need new blood, but we need the right blood. You understand what I'm saying? It's a whole bunch of new blood, Vita. Thank you for that comment. It's a whole bunch of new blood, but are you going to best represent the people, or are you going to continue to represent the status quo and not concerned about the young brother deep in the soil?
Right.
We shouldn't be in these conditions that we are in.
No.
We should not be, right? But you know that comes from complacency and expecting people to do just because we did that. Once we cast our vote, man, most of the time, 99% of the people that they could vote for, right, they will not have any interaction with that person again until its next election time.
Sure.
Yeah. That's our problem, man, because we don't attend city council meetings. We don't attend township meetings. We don't attend Washington County Board of Commissioners meetings. Mm-hmm. We don't go to the Michigan legislation level. We don't. Mm-hmm. We go vote and then we go home and expect them folks to do stuff. Yeah. And that's how come they get picked off.
Yeah. Or we go home, we vote and we go home and it's kind of like let the chips fall where they
is. And we go home expecting, man, this is a participatory democracy.
Yes, sir.
Not a dictatorship. Anyway, yes, bro, yes, that's my 2 cents, man.
I love it, man.
Okay, yeah. What you got on it, brother? We gonna sign off. What we gonna do?
We gonna sign off, man. I don't want to get too deep.
I know you know, because we right. You got your shirt on. You got your shirt on, right?
Yeah. But I do want. I agree with you. We need, what I think what's happened, in a lot of Black communities, not just this one, and all over the country, man. We get somebody voted in the office. And again, they could become complacent. And they just keep getting voted. We just
keep doing it again, right?
They just get a free pass.
Yeah.
Right.
No challenge. And they get mad. And they get mad when you challenge them.
Right.
And I can't believe that shit.
So anyway, I think we got an opportunity. There's a great opportunity here in Washington County and Ypsilanti to get some folks in the office, some fresh blood. That are passionate, right, that are passionate and competent and capable of making some radical moves or making some moves that require taking a chance, right? Mm-hmm. And these folks are not afraid to take a chance.
Right. The people who I'm selecting, they ain't afraid to go out there, man. And get dirty. Right.
Yeah, take a chance. Right.
Yeah.
So, that's what I'm hoping for. Yeah. And that's who I'm voting for. Those folks there that are not afraid to take a chance.
Exactly.
Because if you're afraid to take a chance, then what you got is this status quo,
man.
Right?
Yeah, man. Talking about I can't vote for this, man, because them folks, I gotta cut that old shit out, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I gotta vote this way because I get something.
Sure.
If they don't support you on this because what the people ask you to do,
right,
and the rest of your board don't want to support you, then you come tell us that they didn't want to support this, and then me and Mel will pull out and we'll pack out the doggone the room and tell them people y'all need to come see us.
We sure will. We'll do our best.
We do our best. But don't sit up and tell me, man, I had to vote this way against your own community.
Yeah.
F out of here, man. Anyway, Ear to the Ground 197. I'm your host, Bryan Foley. I had in the studio right now my good friend, Melvin Parson, founder of We the People Opportunity Farm. I got my shirt. Mel.
Yeah, man.
We need to come back again, man, sometime, right?
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, we got a special show tomorrow, Sunday. With Kalisha gonna be on the show tomorrow.
Is that right?
Yeah, Kalisha, she gonna bring some friends. Eric Brown. Kalisha, right. Our community read. We're gonna talk about the importance of reading and stuff that tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Yeah. So Ear to the Ground 197, and you know what my motto is power to the people, all power to the people, and that we up out of here. Good show, bro.
Yeah, man. I love it, man.
Yeah.
My day, man. I appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, that's what we do, man.
Yeah, man. You badass, man.
Oh, man. That's why I say we just two brothers having this conversation on the show, Yeah. So the camera's still running, you can still hear it. So just FYI, Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. It'll be interesting, man.
Yeah.
To see what's next.
Yeah.
See what the future holds.
Yeah. And like I said, we gotta, those people that we did support and endorse, we gotta make sure Bilal out there. Yeah. What's happening, Bilal? Yeah, Bilal. Yeah. He talking about he loved his shirt, right? Yeah. But he talking about this shirt right here.
Bilal, I want one of those.
Bilal out there. Hey, Bilal, we got the music running, right? Can you tell Bilal? Let me see. Let me turn it down so Bilal can hear you. Yeah. Watch this. Tell Bilal you want one of them shirts, man.
Bilal, I want one of those shirts, man. How can I get my hands on one? I'm willing to pay pay for one.
You would pay for one. That's a bad shirt, man.
That's a
bad
dope shirt, man.
Okay,
I like that, man.
Yeah,
I like the whole end police brutality piece.
Yeah. Bilal did that. Yeah. He gave me this shirt last week, man. I put it on CLR and everything. Yeah.
What's milk?
Milk. I don't know about that milk. I'm gonna have to add, if it said milk means more.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I wonder if that's an acronym for something.
You know, milk. Bilal probably up at the square right now, man.
Oh, it's
here. Let's go up there and see him. Yeah. We go up there and head him off. Right. He up there with the kids with the basketball and everything.
We on our way.
We on our way.
We're on our way.
Okay.
So
all right.
We leave out of here.
All right. Let's get on out of here, man.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Man.
All right. Let me pull my shirt down. Yeah.
What do I do? What I do with here? Do I just?
You see? Yeah, it'll just go off.
Oh, it'll go off.
Yeah.
You got the fancy chairs in here too.
Yeah, Steve. You good, bro?
I'm good.